Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. I am Gat, your host. This will be a moon sign reading. I explain why it's essential to get a moon sign reading, and people immediately responded. Thank you very much for responding. Now, if you missed that video, it is right here on this channel why you need to get your moon sign read and why up until now you probably never had an accurate moon sign reading. And I'm giving it. They said, what about your natal charts? Yeah, I did it. As far as a natal, that's a natal chart reading. That's where you read every house, everything on the chart. Moon sign reading is totally different. It takes your moon sign within the house. That's a totally different reading. North America, East Coast, West Coast, whatever you want to say, USA. That's basically based on a sun sign system, a solar system. And when you go, I used to tell you guys to go to the Hindu websites, but they don't do all the planets, which I just found out. I didn't even know that. That's why I'm saying it. This is why you've never heard me say get a moon sign reading until now, but you have to really get one. So this is what we're doing. I want to thank Brother Donnell. He got his done. That's on a different channel. That's what you just heard, that noise you just heard. So I'm getting ready to upload that, and we'll be doing this one as well. So I'm going to press pause for a moment, and I'll be back. Alright, so we'll go right in. So this is a current moon chart on the right. The person that records this reading is on the left. Now we have the moon in Libra. First house. Aries energy. Now her moon sign is in her second house. Virgo energy. Virgo represents the sixth house. It rules the sixth house. This is about home, service, health, healing, small children, small animals, co-workers and or subordinates. So because the moon is in Libra, it's going to be dealing with partnership areas, relationship areas, contracts, and possibly legal matters in the second house, in her second house. So her second house is ruled by Taurus, deals with possessions, finances, and her value system. So one way or another, she will be dealing with that, even agreements. That's going into her second house, but it's also going to be in her sixth house, where Virgo rules. Now let's look at her sixth house. Okay, so again, employment. But see, what's going on, this is how you know the universe knows what it's doing, because once again, we're dealing with the vertex. Now, when I did Brother Donnell's chart, it's dealing with the vertex, because he's an Aries. So the universe is doing, and see, the vertex means important meetings, important makeups, important breakups, meeting your soulmate, which could be any member in your soul family, or meeting your twin soul, which is the same soul, different body. And these can be any type of important event. And unfortunately, a lot of times stuff is telepathic, stuff is dreams. When you're dealing with astrology, you're dealing with spirit. Everything is not going to be physical and touching. But again, the power, just like if you get an angel card reading, just like if you do Christianity and other faiths, they try to teach you faith. They try to show you how to manifest in a reality through what you're doing internally, your thinking and things like that. So that's a fact. and some people get upset. And my best advice to people is, instead of getting upset or thinking something's fake or it doesn't work more on internally growing yourself internally, because it's all about raising your vibrations, and the more you raise your vibrations, the more you're going to see different things manifested in your life. But either way, this is significant, and because it's Cancer, Capricorn, it's going to deal with Capricorn energy. But let's count that house again. So no matter how you're going to look at it, you're dealing with some type of employment, whether it's a home business, because Virgo is the home, or whether it's a job, but it's still dealing with some type of business. And all those matters I said. Now, again, sometimes it's good to take notes, because, again, I gave you the whole list of Libra, because it could be any of those areas. Libra also deals with social issues. So let's just say this person was working in a community or some type of social worker, and Virgo deals with homes, and like they might even help the elderly in some ways. Any form of service, really. But this is really home base. And that's the mood right now. And it is some type of Capricornian energy. So let's go again. Now we got to follow Capricorn, which is the 10th house. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now you see what? Taurus, which takes you back to your 2nd house. And you see money there. It's just that you have to be careful. Whenever you have Lilith retrograde in your 10th house, that means you may be involved with some type of scandal to get you in trouble. I mean, scandal is scandal, because you could be like a very moral person, very honorable, but it might be that one person that really just knows how to hit your buttons a certain way, and you may do something on company property, company time, that's inappropriate, but you get found out. Or the person you start liking, and then they blow your whole spot up. They tell everybody, start telling people, and you mess your reputation up. Because like before that, you were like, wow, she's so professional, or wow, she's so unapproachable, wow. But then it might be one person you like, or one person you let into your life, or tell them some confidential stuff, and they tell other people. So now when people look at you, they go, wow, I never would have thought it. Now they're looking at you totally different. That's what Lilith retrograde does in the 10th house. It's all about exposing you in scandal. Now, the good news is, if she avoids that scandal, I mean, it's money there. So, just gotta watch the whole Libra thing. Be careful. Not necessarily bad, but it does mean it could be legal. Contracts, might be a relationship, but it's there. And with that vertex, it's definitely a fated event. It's going to happen. So that's why I tell people, you just have to, third dimensional is not your friend. And really, third dimensional is kind of like a prison. And we get so used to third dimensional that we don't want to go higher. And like, now I know Donnell, so Donnell doesn't mind me saying his name on the charts. If he remembers, because when I first he used to say, yeah, you can tell my name. So as long, that's the only reason why I'm saying it. But I did his chart a while ago, and he's got all these perspectives that look good. But you can see it on the chart, but you may not manifest it. You may just continue to do things a certain way, because that's the way you've always done it, or you just think it's tangible, but it's actually doing more and more damage. See, sometimes it's a leap of faith. And if you were getting angel card readings, they would tell you the same thing. Because see, the angel cards will knock you out of Capricorn. They'll tell you to trust in spirit. They'll tell you to use your psychic gifts and stuff like that. So these things happen. So that's a fated event coming in some type of service, some type of home, some type of career. There's a fated event coming your way if it hasn't already come. And it appears to be the Virgo or Capricornian energy, but it could even be Taurus energy. And sometimes you got to look at it like this. I think all three of them are earth signs. So even that is interesting. All three earth signs. Kind of like a stable type deal, grounded. Now, for twin flames, you want to get your moon sign done, because that's going to deal with the feminine, the hidden sides, things that are hidden subconscious. All the soul stuff, past life stuff, that's going to be all basically your moon sign. So we're going to do 21 degrees Capricorn. Just give me a minute. I have to open that browser up. Give me a moment. .21 degrees Capricorn. Hardworking, persistent, and realistic. Character endowed with intellectual and physical strength. Whether one is a self-made person or an heir, hard work enables to overcome any hurdle and brings about happiness and prosperity. All careers in agriculture, exploitation of the soil, keep dealing with the earth, forestry, or botany are very favored. So it keeps dealing with the earth. All right. So that's Capricorn. .14 degrees Virgo. .14 degrees Virgo. Gentle, humane, and devoted character. One is always willing to lend a helpful hand to other people, even in the smallest things. Life is happy, but owing to one's shyness, one's qualities may not be appreciated. Just a second. See, it's early in the morning, so all kind of creepy, cooly stuff be going on. But I don't know. I just saw something like black on the floor, like roll, and there ain't no roach in that. This thing was big, but I don't know because I got on this long head rag, but it's not tied up. It's like a do rag, but it's not tied up. So it might have been that thing. But like when it gets this time of night, you're like, whoa! Every little thing, you're like, hey, what was that? Excuse me. All right. So life is happy, but owing to one's shyness, one's quality may not be appreciated the way they ought to. This degree describes spontaneity or spontaneous demonstrations of tenderness and reminds that love requires more than insipid soft feelings and that its flame needs to be rekindled on a daily basis. This degree also warns against romance with a married person. So you better watch that scandal. But again, so that's why I said it might be it may be bringing that some type of love your way, but it may require you to be more than. I mean, you can't. You know, love is just difficult because you could be nice and you just want to be in love. You want a relationship, and you just can't seem to find it. Like the universe is gonna try to push you to be more aggressive and all that. It is what it is. But they're saying be careful because you may find yourself. That's what I'm talking about. That scandal. Because I already got another person. See, the more you know spirituality, you understand certain things. Because I have a friend that's kind of there's a lot of similarities. I'm just gonna put it that way. And she finds herself like that, and I think she found herself in a relationship with probably somebody at her job, probably her instructor. What I mean, her supervisor, somebody that you're lower than, your supervisor or something, or boss or whatever. But I think he was married. So this is why you do astrology. The trick of astrology is this: you have to realize who you are, and we come to planet Earth and we forget, and then we become victimized. Or you think third dimensional is all there is, but there's an afterlife, there's a fifth dimension, there's higher dimensions, and there's a heaven and a hell. So you have to be careful with the decisions you make. When I say you, I mean us. So that's what it's warning you to be very careful. Because you definitely got that scandal, and it's right in the career sector. Four degrees Taurus. 4 degrees Taurus. Peaceful, patient, generous character. One is aware of one's strength and uses it purposefully. Success can be achieved in agriculture, arboriculture, or animal husbandry. This degree indicates that in spite of a trying youth, goals are achieved, and life is full of contentment and joys related with nature. So they're really telling you to stay close to the earth, nature, stuff like that. And that's where your blessings of the universe come from. "23 degrees. And that is your life. That's your medium quality. So now I want to see your true north node is with Libra. That's interesting. And right now we're dealing with a Libra moon. Your true north node is Libra in the 3rd house. So they're definitely putting you up with an earth sign. They're putting air with earth. But you have to be careful because the earth sign might not tell you that they're married, or just got to be real careful. All right. 23 degrees Taurus. Or if not married, there's somebody else. Just be careful. Generous, helpful, and gullible character. Misplaced confidence resulting in sufferings and disappointments. See my point? And that's right at your medium quality, which is part of your true life purpose. Now people say, well, why would God do this? Why would the universe do this? Why would they put me in these situations? Well, this is all training. See, this is a training camp. Now let me explain a few things to you about life here on planet Earth. Haha. Michelesi says it's quarantine. Solace says it's hell on earth. Sophia Stewart says it's a matrix. Today I'm just gonna say it's a training camp. So you're gonna be put in situations that aren't fair, totally fucked up. But see, this is why I keep telling you guys about spirituality. There's a reason for it, but we just don't understand it. The more you push to God, the more you start to learn stuff. You actually become a better person. And the only person that doesn't want you push to God is a person who's going to be ruling over you if you go to hell. So of course he rules the freaking world. So that's just a fact. It's not me giving you theology. That's a fact. And if you just open your eyes, you see it. That's why everybody, if you read the Bible, you're a nut job. If you're a nice guy trying to read the Bible, you're probably some type of pervert. This is the stuff that goes on. And if you do anything that seems like honorable or godly, you get laughed at. We just read it. They said she might get taken advantage of because she's a nice person. They said it. So when you learn how this game is really played, that's how you can learn how to play the game the correct way. Get your priorities straight, and because you'll become stronger. And the universe will help you. Says 23 degrees Taurus, one generally shares everything one possesses with less fortunate people. However, one must spare enough resources for oneself. Otherwise, one is in danger of falling into dire poverty. In such a case, no one will come to help you. In other words, you may risk blowing your finances and all that to help somebody, but that same person or other people won't help you when you're down, and you're only financially troubled because of that person. And that's why I said this is right in the career sector too, with Jupiter, which means she's gonna have good money. So that's why I said sometimes you have to really. And people say you're cold, but that's what happened to me, because I've been here long enough to know the games on this planet. But when my twin soul came, I didn't know what that was and all that. So I'm trying to be a nice guy and trying to work it out and all that. And everything I did to try to talk to her, she turned it on me and got me fired or whatever. So that's that type of little scandal, little retrograde scandal, because I really didn't do anything. Even when they did a investigation, they were like, we can't find that he did anything wrong, but I still got fired. So being nice guys can finish last, and that's kind of like the warning they're giving this person. Just be careful, and you got to realize employment is employment. And I know the universe will still send your twin, and this is going to be some type of soulmate because you got the vertex. So it is going to be some type of soulmate in that Capricorn, in that employment area. And because it's in service or something, you may think they're a good person, but and it may have already happened. Who knows? But if it hasn't already happened, it's definitely going to happen. Nothing's accidental or coincidental. This is universal timing. So they say this degree indicates ingratitude and unrewarded qualities. There may also be eye problems. So I don't know if this person wears glasses or this soulmate or whoever this person is wears glasses, but it'll be some type of eye problem. But sometimes it's just that the person fails to see reality, because that could also be like a vision problem. Just different, not necessarily physical vision problem, but they still have a problem seeing reality because they're idealistic. So be very careful. All right, so now what I want to do, because there's nothing else I can do as far as moon sign. And this person recently had their natal chart done. But now this is the moon sign, and everybody should get the moon sign. And if I had known that, I would have been done something about it, but I didn't know. It wasn't until recently. I recently did on Archangel, Revelations and Prophecies 444. I recently did a natal chart where I was trying to find out. Yeah, because something came up with Uranus. But see, this is how the universe works. Because I was mad. Because I was trying to study it from a Hindu perspective. And I said, how come it's missing? How come Uranus is missing? So you can hear the video. So when I went looking, they were like, oh, we don't do Uranus. It's a few planets we don't do. I don't know if they do Neptune either. And I was saying, well, wow, how can a person get an accurate reading if you're not doing planets that are up there? So, it is what it is. So I'm really only just trying to help. Now, we're going to go again. We're going to go again. All right, so that's as far as we can go. We can do 25 degrees, Taurus. Let's do 25 degrees, Taurus. Affectionate, peaceful, and pleasant character. One is very good at smoothing out rough edges and at helping people settle their disputes in a peaceful way. One finds happiness in accomplishing ordinary duties, appreciates peace at home, and shows tolerance in all fields. So this person might even be good at legal arbitration or something like that. Mediator, paralegal, something. All right. So now we did your vertex, Capricorn. Now we want to do your Juno. Juno was right with Scorpio and Sagittarius, 4th and 5th house. Leo rules your 5th house, and as you notice, your 5th house ruler is in the 12th house, which is about reckoning and things like that. So we should have covered that, which I'm sure we did in your natal chart reading. So you may find yourself in a relationship with anybody with either Scorpio, Sagittarius, possibly Leo or Pisces energy. Or Cancer energy as well. So that's the vertex and that. All right. So we'll leave that there. And as you notice, where your Scorpio is, you have Aries. And Venus is there too. And Aries rules your 1st house where Leo is again. And Leo is also there. So yep. So yeah, your 1st house is Leo and Aries. But your 1st house is your 12th house. I know we already went over that. So that's a fire sign too. So that concludes that for your moon sign. So what could she have gotten out of it? Well, you have a better idea of what's going on. You got a little better idea about this vertex, and you also got a heads up on being very careful. Don't ruin your job chasing love, because you could actually lose your job messing around with this stuff. Like you just gotta know how to be you. I tell everybody, slow down. You don't have to jump in bed so fast, because that just seems to be something everybody does. Meet somebody right away, they're in bed, and then they're upset when everything fails because you're moving too fast. Learn how to talk to people. Make sure people respect you, respect everything. Your car, your house, respect your privacy, because then that's how you meet somebody really quick and you think, oh, I'm with so and so. Oh, haha. We're on a clock, but we're down in the basement knocking boots or something. Okay, but if somebody finds out, you're going to be knocking on doors for another job, and then you can't use that place for a reference. Or the person might just rat you out. They might get mad and rat you out, or they might just be bragging and boasting. And so you got to be careful of all that scandal, especially with Lilith retrograde in the 10th house. So the person is coming. If it's an earth sign, we heard, just be very careful. And that was your vertex meeting is the earth sign. Now your Juno, it could be the same person, but it could also be fiery with Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Could even be watery, and that's the unique part, because that Juno's right on the border with Cancer or Scorpio, and then you got your Aries there in Scorpio. So when you're taking notes, you just have a better look at what to do. And the bottom line is, you could always get an updated reading, and you could do it on your own if you want. You can get your own angel cards. Like, the main thing is this work. All this stuff, I wouldn't be out here doing this. And they, people that know my channels, they always used to see me come out and be doing my horoscopes and everything. This stuff really works. But you have to believe. Like, you got to stick with it. So if you're pessimistic or, just third dimensional foolishness, then that's probably why things aren't happening. You got to really, really believe this and work with it. So you can't go wrong. Like I said, if you have your own angel cards, you can do it. If you have a good horoscope you go to, you can do. That'll teach you some things. And I show you all this stuff on my channels. You see me out here going on websites. I tell you where I'm at usually. So, you got so much help. So that's why I say I really don't tolerate, people that just come at me with their low energy. Because it's not my fault you're not paying attention or you're not doing what you're supposed to. Because that's the main reason why you're not seeing the results. Just like lifting weights or working out, you have to also believe and do your part. So that's why you take notes. Now you know a little bit coming your way. And then if something comes up, just get an update reading, however you want to do it. And that way you know. If you stay on top of it, it's less chance. Because I just think people just don't do their part, and then things fumble, and then they want to blame like the reader. They want to blame the reader or blame God or blame the universe. But you got to really be on top of it. And like I told you, if you're looking for a lasting relationship, then don't rush into like sex and stuff. Like, that's the worst mistake you could make. Because see, guys want it, but then they're not really gonna respect you because they're figuring, well, she gave it up to me so fast. How do I know she's not giving up to somebody? Guys are weird, but at the same time, I cannot understand how they might feel that way. So sometimes, when you show things, like me personally, I'm not like I lost a job over abroad one time, and I was at Twin Flame crap, and that all that taught me was never do that again. I don't think I can't remember everything, but I don't think I've ever lost a job over no female. So that's why I said everything has its place, and my Twin Flame, never ever came out to be anything like what you would call significant. She was always like a drama queen, like evil. Like she's like I'm like the nice positive person. She's like the evil twin. So it wasn't even worth all that. So that's why I said you got to keep things in perspective. If things are meant to be, they will be. You can't push it. You can't make it. I'm not the enemy. I'm trying to help people with reality and maturity, because you're not getting nothing stable in life without that. And all you will get is wishing on a star. And then that star is gonna come down and burn like a nuclear missile or something. So you gotta balance it. I keep telling you, it's emotions and mental, and that's what you see with the moon in Libra. It's gonna be all about balancing. So we're still under a full moon, so I think that full moons revelations, and sometimes with full moons, things that were hidden get found out. So that's something you could think about, especially with Lilith retrograde and your 10th house. And also, the moon kind of told you what's coming your way. And just be careful, because this person that you will be dealing with may not be telling you things you need to know. Like there may be another woman or something else, something going on with them. So that is the conclusion of this reading. Now, there's a lot of sales going on. Again, this should be on Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. You can look at the description box for information as well. You can always request a service and a price list as well. So that's everything. And if you didn't watch the video on why to have your moon sign read, what you just saw me just do with these two charts, then you should check that video out. It's not a long video, but I tell you a lot of video, and it's just a lot of reality about what I do and things that as well, because I'm trying to get past the third dimensional, what I call it's like the baby stage, where people just don't want to mature. You got to mature a little bit. If you want anything in life, you got to mature a little bit. And you know that at your job, because you can go to your job doing anything you felt like, because he'd fire you. Your boss would fire you. So it's the same thing with love. You got to have a little bit of maturity. I know you want it to be fun and exciting and all that, but you got to have a little maturity there too. Otherwise, it's still going to fail. So that's what I'm trying to teach out here. Not a bad thing. Now, if you look at the True North node to the right, right there in Leo. So I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. True North Node is about what's the purpose of the universe right now. Leo's trying to help you with that. And also, he's also the nurturer, because that hook is Keris, the nurturer. So that's kind of like a motherly, the big lion that's motherly. It's like tough love. This is Get. God bless.